Right, so the Poetry, Comedy and Storytelling Council, PoeComSto Council, has now announced its official establishment under the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture. And so joining us this morning is MoAfrika, Mokgathi, PoeComSto's chairperson. Perhaps to tell us a little bit more about the council and the work that they'll be undergoing. Mo, good morning and thank you.
Morning, thank you for having me.
I can't imagine the immense pressure that is on you right now, just as a chairperson, given obviously the developments, but also just the under-representation, the under-resourcing that's happened within the sector, and what's set to come through this post-Comsto.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. It's mixed emotions, you know, sure. Nerve-wracking. But, you know, what I really appreciate about this process is that we set the terms of how we want to, you know, restructure the creative and cultural industry. Okay. But particularly for these three disciplines. We have seen, you know, poets making strides. We have seen comedians making strides, you know, very big strides. Yes. And then also we have seen the storytellers trying to also move in within the mainstream. So having a council purely dedicated for such, it's quite important to propel, create possibilities, to lobby for these three disciplines. So that is basically what this is about, not necessarily a council, which is a funding body. That wouldn't hurt, and nudge.
Okay, and thank you for that clarity, because I did have some more questions. But yes, please continue. I'm just clarifying the role.
Yeah, so it's the body that came after the Buzz Barrage last year, when Minister Gayton McKenzie came through, and he wanted to understand the creative and cultural space. And, you know, as usual, as one of the three, squeezing ourselves into the room. So we made it happen that we advocate for poets, for comedians, for storytellers, and we were grouped together. So the work of the council is to make sure that we create the working field, make the space conducive, if you like, for these three disciplines to be able to work in the country.
So given the strategy now, what are the funding models that should be employed at this point? Is that still being ironed out? And then even if we're looking at integration across the different departments, because when I think of poetry, storytelling, comedy, that involves tourism, that involves technology as well. So how would that also be integrated?
Well, I guess that is a long-term conversation. But for now, the council aims. Okay, we are not a funding body, so we are given the resources to make the space conducive for the practitioners themselves. Okay. So with us, the main programs that we are starting with now is the data mapping. We call them data mapping centers, where it will be the agency style, where you have a list of poets, comedians and storytellers, which province, what are they capable of, do they do workshops, are they able to, you know, all those skill sets that the creatives have for easy access. If someone is producing an event in Limpopo and they want a poet from Shashani, then the information will be embedded in the website for easy access, so that we are also avoid seeing similar people being booked over and over again. So, but also to keep data of you know, the three disciplined practitioners. How many are they? I mean, our government is able to budget for services, you know, because of they know how many people they are budgeting for. And similarly with us, we will be telling government that we have so many numbers in Northern Cape, how much resources we need. These are the you know, so that we speak from a point of knowing as much as, you know, it is important to service.
And that data is so necessary and so timely. Okay, so with this rollout, how do people get in touch and get more information? Is there going to be a call to action at this point? I mean, I'm just thinking about accessing the grassroots levels and the marginalized. So how long is this all going to undergo?
I mean, we have a face-to-face until the end of financial year with the resources that we have received, doing the data mapping, but also making sure that we raise awareness of the work of PoeComSto. We are available on social media platforms, PoeComSto Council, PoeComSto_Council throughout. If we are not there, we are working the ground up.
Okay, well, thank you so much for not just talking. You're walking the talk. PoeComSto Council, MoAfrika, Mokgathi joining us about the council's vision.